more. So what I'm saying that is continue that protest. I'm at all. The people are calling that government should reverse the fuel subsidy. The same people are the one abusing Buhari, saying he's borrowing their future away. Borrowing the subsidy. It's a scam. It's this and that. You want the scam to continue? You want the scam to go back? You want to go and borrow money? Government was spending 98% of revenue to pay them. That they were insulting Buhari. Now they want to go to that era? I don't think so. You look at people that don't know what was subsidy. It's now they know the meaning. And it's too late for them. That's not my conclusion. They don't know what subsidy. When they are saying abusing Buhari, they don't know what it means. Now they are saying what it means. And they take that back. If you make mistake, if you are going to see the jar, you go to here, you go back. Go back to where subsidy is gone and gone forever.
All right.
And I want to help the government to bring in all the CNG buses, let them do it as say, because they don't take the public for granted. The problem they make, let them implement it.
Yes.
The refinery, the part of it will be working very soon by the end of March. The major part is by the end of this year. Let everything work out. Let them keep their promises. The subsidy removal to me is gone forever. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, GB, for that contribution right here. One thing he said at the end of this conversation was to not take the public for granted, because putting out these promises, you're saying, okay, CNG buses will go. This was a promise that was made since January, that these buses will roll out pretty soon, so that, the cost of living of these people somehow will be upgraded. Because trust me when I say that it's not an exaggeration. When people talk about the kind of hardship that they experience, it's not an exaggeration, because you have to also verify what people are calling out here to say. People are saying it's like this, it's difficult out here, life is hard, we cannot do it. You also have to do a survey of what they're saying. And most times, when I hear some of these things and I go to do a survey or a check on all of this, I run a check and I discover that it's actually true. The things that you get for an amount of 500 naira, you'll be paying well over 2 or 3 times, 100 or 300% of that amount. You would cringe. Anybody would cringe, because there's a major change in the economic system. But now, all of these things that the federal government has talked about, the Orosanya report, merging this department, I, of course, am for it, because some of these departments, they carry out the same functions, the same responsibilities. It's the exact same thing. ICPC, EFCC, Code of Conduct Bureau, all of these people are responsible for almost the same responsibilities. They carry out the same task. Why can they not merge together? It's a good thing, honestly. And seeing as continuity is one of the major problems we have in our system of government, where this president comes, he wants to implement his ideas regardless of what the past president has done. Another president comes, he wants to, rather than build upon the things that have been done previously, we all want to now implement our ideas and every sort of this. But this implementation, after many years, I would say it's a very bold step, and might be the right step in the right direction by this administration. But the executive and the legislative arm and some of these departments that will be merged, is not a guarantee that the amount of money that will be spent will be regulated still, because remember, they're still functional in the departments that they will be merged. And the whole idea of this implementing this report is cutting down costs. So if we merge them together and they still come about the same expenses that they do when they stand alone as a department, what have we succeeded in doing? Absolutely nothing. So you see, it is a conscious effort. After merging, there should be a conscious effort and follow-up on the implementation of the reasons that this report was implemented in the first place. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Martha.
Welcome and thanks for joining us on the show.
Thank you. This is Alamin calling from Central Area.
All right, Alamin. It's good to have you join us.
Let me congratulate my president, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Once again, he has again shown that he's not interested in politics, but one who just wants to fix our country and get it back on track. The Orosanya report, is a report that has been laying fallow for the last 15 years. And then the successive previous administration lacked the political will to implement, simply because of the political consequences that the implementation of it carries. Anyone implementing should be willing and ready to sacrifice some political consequences which goes along with it, because at the end of the day, most of those agencies are redundant. they are nothing but mere political compensation for politicians. So the president has come up, to implement it, and as at when it was put up in 2012, if it is implemented fully, it will save Nigeria over 800 billion. Today, I'm sure that valuation would have tripled with our current economic reality and the exchange rate. So I want to just congratulate President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He has not disappointed me. I'm so proud of him. Posterity will be kind to him. He's on an aggressive reform of our dear nation's structure holistically, and then even after he's gone, we will remember this day by the time we start reaping the dividends. And finally, let me also congratulate former President Goodluck Jonathan Buhari for the successful commissioning of the geometric power plant in Abia State. Let me tell people, it is not an Abia State project. It is not Alex Otis project. It is a private individual owned by Professor Pat Naji, the former minister.
Of course, but it was followed through. It was followed through by Alex Oti.
Yes, no, what Alex Oti did, did was not get in the way. The project had already been completed, awaiting commissioning before he even took office. I think we should give credit to whom it is due, President Buhari, Jonathan, and even the federal government, and also, of course, not taking away Alex Oti, in part, but it is not an Alex Oti project. It is not an Abate project. It is a private project by private individuals. So much.
All right. Thank you so much, Alamin, for that contribution again. But yes, of course, like you said, it is a project by one person. But I mean, we have seen where policies have frustrated the implementation of, valuable projects that could alleviate the suffering of the people of a state. So yes, many projects can be carried out in different parts of the country and different states as well. Now, the governors of their state are tasked with the responsibility of looking for people as well who are capable of coming together to build something substantial for a state. Again, if that state can do it, other governors can replicate what is seen in that state. And that's a fact. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mata.
Good morning and welcome and thanks for joining us on the show.
My name is Abakar calling you from Wawalade. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. It's good to have you join us.
Mata, how is Nigeria?
Nigeria is thriving.
It's in the eye of the storm. Nigeria is in the eye of the storm when indices of hunger and poverty are being deepening. What are reforms? If reform are not improving the quality of life of Nigerians, what do you call is that a kind of a reform? A reform is a reform that will empower millions of Nigeria. There will be economic prosperity, trade, investment, and businesses will flourish. That is reform. We are talking of past leaders who are celebrating their legacies. Is poverty and hunger the legacies of this government? People are selling off their properties. Cars are being packed. Means of livelihood are being destroyed. You are talking of reform. Is this a reform? This reform is leading Nigeria to disintegration. If he is not taking, people are fed up. People have been not even pushed to the wall. People are crushed to the wall. People are living in marketplaces 2 weeks before they come back to their families. Rural teachers are rationing going to work. Many things are at standstill. Economically, the country is down. So this is not the reform. It's better they reverse all their tough policies and we go back to status quo. If not, and any country that does business with IMF recommendation is heading to loom.
All right.
Thank you. That is my.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Abakar, for joining us on the show this morning. Now, let's take a few more messages before we head out. This one says, good morning, Martha. This is James from Suleja. Let me start with the OSIN report implementation. Let us not forget that this report was not implemented in 2012 because some persons led a nationwide protest against subsidy removal back then. In as much as there is the need to trim the workforce, especially ones with duplicated functions, there is also the need for the executive arm of for the executive arm to lead the way by cutting down on their own costs.